Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome to Saturday night's Messages of Love from Above. And I hope you're having an amazing weekend. Let me just get my desktop all set up here and we will get into the readings. And if you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. First of all, we've got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor. Absolutely. So welcome. And if you're wondering how the readings work, we do go down in order. First come, first serve for free readings. And if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and I step outside of the free readings. I dive deeper into those two. Usually free readings are 1 or 2 card readings, but we do dive deeper into those. And then I return back and make my way down the chat. Instructions or information on how to donate and all that is in the description box of the video if you want to check it out. And before we get into the readings, I do want to make sure everyone is aware. I have some free information or free readings that are out. First of all, happy 2024, of course, and we've got this um, playlist here that lists all of the um, signs, and so each individual sign has its own video. And we've got the we talk about love, career, finance, money, and for the whole year. And then also we split out the year into 3 equal sections of 4 months each, and it talks about a blessing for each and information for each of those months as well. So if you want to check that out, that's all free. And we also have the winter summer solstice pick a cards, which give you a pick a card for the entire 3 months. And then there's also a second portion to it where there's a card for each individual zodiac sign. So you can look up your sun sign, your moon sign, whatever, and just see what type of energy you're going to be having for those 3 months. So you can check those out. And then, of course, as we entered the solstice in December, we've got this Capricorn season starting. So happy birthday, all you Capricorn sun babies. And there's a special bonus reading in this one for Capricorn sun babies. You get a 3 month. So if you have a Capricorn in your life, share that link with them and tell them happy birthday from bruddaZEN. And then also I have, in addition to um, the the new sun changing into a new sign, pick a cards, I also have a meditation that we do each month, a pilgrimage meditation. Wow. And this one went to Glastonbury Tor, beautiful location in England. And so we went on a spiritual journey there, and what a amazing meditation. If you haven't checked it out yet, please do so. It's an amazing, very beautiful one, and it even talks about what the fairies want to bring you as a gift. So be sure to take a look at that. And then we also have I put out the new moon, Capricorn new moon alert early by accident. I usually put it a week in advance for my praying mantis members. And then I must have clicked something incorrectly. Happy New Year. You get it early. So nice little gift there for you. And then, if you're interested in any of my services, they are listed in the description box of the video. I did put out a new announcement of a new kind of reading I'm doing, which are birthday readings. You can get a 6 month or a annual birthday reading and talking about your next rotation around the sun. They're half off for the first month and to the end of January. So if you're interested, take a look at that video and it tells you what comes with all that. All right, so blah, blah, blah. That's all the stuff. That's why I come on a little early, to make sure you're aware of everything that is offered. And something that I'm wanted to start up doing again at the beginning of our sessions here is to send unconditional love out to the world. 2024 is going to be an amazing year. And we have such power that we can do. When one person sends out unconditional love, it transforms a million other people's energy that are experiencing lower vibrational fear energies. That's how powerful unconditional love energy is. And if 2 people do it independently, that's 2 million. But if we do it together, that amplifies it even more so. So I'm going to grab my singing bowl here And if you'd like to join me, I'm just going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And then as I hit the singing bowl, just bring that energy, that beautiful unconditional love energy down into your heart. Allow it to fill you up and stream out to the world. All right, and here we go. And of course, if you are in need of unconditional love in this moment, whether you're watching live or on replay, we send this love to you right now as well. You can just take it in like a plant takes in the sunlight, and just let it absorb into your being. Beautiful. Great. Thank you so much. This is still going to go for a little bit here. It's a very powerful singing bowl. So you might hear it in the background a little bit, still doing its little singing there. And we will let it. And we are all good. So thank you for joining me and doing that. I definitely feel the boost of energy when we join together. So thank you for that. All right. So let's get into it, everybody. And welcome, welcome. Hello, hello. So good to see everyone. And we do have a few donations. So we will get started here. Up first, we've got Brenda Tejada. Hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. And we're going to be using the Light Seers Tarot today. And we'll see what they have for you. So Brenda, let's take a look here. Let's see if I see your question here. Might be up here. Let me scroll up. So happy New Year to everyone that I haven't said happy New Year to yet. It's going to be a very auspicious year this year. There's so much happening, and we'll talk about them in some different readings, of course, and different videos I put out. But wow, Pluto is moving into Aquarius. That's huge changes. The death and rebirth planet, and definitely has this power. Speaking, Brenda, with your little Aquarius signs there, Aquarius sun. So we get it. There's huge changes coming. In fact, I recorded the Aquarius season video that comes out, I think week after next. And wow, amazing energy. So I like it. All right. So Brenda, you want to know, has Matthew checked your social media today? How's he doing about you and love life? All right, let's take a look here and see what's going on here. So has he checked your social media today? And how's he doing about you and love life? All right. All right. So those are it. All right. So has he checked you today? With the Queen of Swords, swords is communication. It is, that air kind of internet type of energy. So I do feel like they've kind of glanced at it, but I also feel like there's been this balance of heart and mind today. And this chariot feels like there's been a lot of activity going on, and they've had such a busy. I just feel like they were having to make decisions and doing all this stuff. I just feel like if they weren't working, their life was just flooded with people and activity where they haven't had a whole lot of chance to look at social media much at all. So I feel like they glanced at it, but their heart wasn't in it. It was more, okay, oh, got, and so I feel like they finally gave up trying to check on it till later today. So I don't feel like they've checked on a whole lot of it today. And how's he doing about you and love life? Let's take a look and see what we've got going on here. All right. So we do have here the 5 of Wands and the 7 of Wands. So they do have this energy here of transformation of this energy of passion, moving from something conflicting to something more calm. You can see here in the 7 of Wands that they, I don't know if they just got a lot of activity with a lot of people, I don't know, sticking their nose in their life is what I feel. It's like everyone saying, "No, no, do it this way. No, no, do it that way. No, 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 do this. No, this, that, that." And I just feel like they've been having a lot of this um, involvement in their life. And so when they're, in dealing with you, I feel like that this was influencing them. Not that people had anything specifically like toward you, like directly at you, just in general with Matthew's love life and what he should be doing is supposed to be doing and blah blah blah. Just a lot of this, you know, interference, right? But I feel like they're in this place now where they're wanting to step up into a place where they don't care with all these people down here trying to poke at their bubble and they're, stepping into this higher place of I decide. And this is where this chariot card energy too, with it being the seven, with the seven of wands, I feel like that's part of the energy that's flooding in is they're like, all right, everybody, I'm tired of everyone meddling in my life and it's my life. I feel like that's what they're doing here. Um and which makes sense here too with this nine of swords and this page of pentacles because this is new birth, new opportunities, looking at their worth in a heightened way of the outside world, and they're really moving past a lot of these the nine of swords, which is fears and thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, which this is all that people pleasing, and they're just like they're to the point of exhaustion where they're ready to say, all right, everybody, I hear you. Now shut it because I've got, decisions I'm going to make. And so I like this for you. I feel like that they're stepping forward and that they're um, getting things figured out for him. And as far as love life, I feel like that it's the seeds are growing towards love life with you, and they're just getting a lot of stuff figured out. And I feel like the new year was a big like fireworks of stuff happening and they're just, going, all right, I got through this, I got through all the family, I got through all these expectations and people blah 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 and now I'm ready to have like a life of my own if that makes sense. So that's what's coming in here, Brenda. Hopefully that is clear for you. It feels very coming out of chaos into peace and making decisions for themselves kind of energy that comes in there. Ah, very cool. Yeah. So I feel like that they are warming up to the idea, but they're just clearing out a lot of stuff. It's like decluttering their life right now and making space. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let me ask a quick card here. Well, we have the Hierophant, and I don't feel like it impacts them because they're in the process of kind of looking at their capital T truths and trying to see things for themselves. So I don't feel like they're even aware that you've changed it to private because if you didn't block them, then they still have access to it like any other day. So I don't feel like it impacts them in the interaction with them. All right. So that's what they have for you right now, Brenda. So thank you again for your donation. Greatly appreciate that. Let me take a look here. All right. So I'm looking back and forth. I got a couple through Cash App. So I'm just looking to make sure timing here. Queen Bee actually made it in before Spiritual Journey Tarot. So Queen Bee, you'll be up next, and then Spiritual Journey Tarot. And then I did get another one in here, which I'll look and see who that is here in a moment. And then Timmy. So that's what we're going to kind of do right now. So, Queen Bee, thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that some love since it lets me. And you'd like a general reading. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. All right. Let's see what we have here. Okay, well, I see there's a lot of things happening, but it feels like it's in slow motion, doesn't it? Because you've got I'm gonna start from the right and work my way this way because, right off the bat, um, well, we'll do this is the 2 cards, you got 2 cards in the middle, 2 cards on this side. You got the 7 of Pentacles, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. You got the Temperance card, which is balance and kind of a patience card, and the Knight of, Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight out of them all. So you got a lot of growth and movement. It's just it feels like it's on, the slow path. The, just heading, you know, little bit by little bit by little bit. So that is an underlying energy that's coming in here, but it's the reason it's happening and the reason why we get slowness coming in, we've got this Eight of Swords, which is, looking at the thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that we have that make us. So here's you looking at the mirror going, "Oh, I see my thoughts that make me feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and held back." And that's why things are going slow because it's giving you the time to see that instead of being so inundated and so much flow. Eight is still a number of flow, but it's the movement of thought, and you're seeing things going, "Oh, I see. So let me transform this lower vibrational fear energy into higher vibrational knowledge and wisdom because I've learned this and I don't need it anymore." And there's this transformation. And I like that. That's what this Knight of Pentacles and the Temperance card tells you too. The Temperance is as things go back and forth between the two things, there's this alchemy of things moving and growing and transforming. And so they're saying just, enjoy the process. And the more you raise your vibration, the faster things do speed up. So you're not like, stuck in this um, long, torturing time. It's like as you, raise your vibration and release those things and transform them, things do speed up. And I feel like you've been working on it for a while because it does feel like you're like, yeah, no kidding that we've had this, kind of thing here. So we've got the Queen of Swords in here too, which is, balancing of the heart and mind, which makes sense here too. This Ace of Swords here is what helps you cut away these small teachers of the Eight of Swords, right? And transform them into that higher knowledge and those types of things. So, it's a beautiful power that comes in. And the heart is also involved and is able to be expressed here. So the Ace of Pentacles is that you do have this opportunity to birth some new things and new opportunities to come in because of that. Um, so that's what, comes in here with that. So hopefully that helps with what you're going through here and going, all right, I feel like it's been going on for a while and I feel like you're getting toward the end as you have been raising your love vibration, letting fears go, questioning fears, transforming it, a lot of gleaning, a lot of knowledge, with that queen there as well. So things are about to, pick up and things are about to start um, bringing in new opportunities for you. So I like it. And that is what they have for you, Queen Bee. So again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. And all right, perfect. So thank you so much for your donation, Spiritual Journey Tarot, and thank you for answering God's daughter there. Yeah, for anyone, it's really easy. You don't have to ask permission to put any questions out. I do go down in first come first serve order. If you do want it prioritized, a donation of any kind, I do move it up and prioritize it. Other than that, we try to get through as many free readings as we can during the couple hours that I'm on. All right. So thank you for your donation, Spiritual Journey Tarot. And let's see here. I saw your question up here. There it is. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So, you're looking into about getting a new place, and you're wondering if this is the right time to get an approval for something, and so you knew that you told that you would get the one in Garland, but you're confused, um, of, uh of, uh, whether this is the time to get a new place or not. Alright, so let's take a look here. Let's see what the current energies are. So is this a good time to seek new place? You're so confused. Did you not get approved for Garland, or had you not tried that yet? Let's take a look here. Alright, okay. Yeah, I see here oh, you haven't tried, okay. Because, you got 3 cards, 1 card, 3 cards. The 1 card in the middle is the World card, which is about ending of old cycles and beginning of new adventures. Last card in the Major Arcana, um, which then opens up the full card for a brand new adventure. So you do have here on the cycle that I feel is to be broken is the feeling of lack, the feeling of this with the 7 of swords, of deception, of being cheated out of things. And so there's this change of mindsets with the Ace of Swords here. So, there's this energy of um, letting go of and looking into why is this feeling of lack of undeservedness. This is what would, keep us from, you know, um, wanting to take chances, feeling we don't deserve something, but there's this change of mindset, this clarity here with the 7 of Swords. And so this is the ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures, and it's like, all right, there is this encouragement to step forward and to see what opportunities are open up there for you, because you've got this magician card, which is all about action, action, movement, movement. Now's the time. Go, go, go. And you got the both the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, new opportunities that are available here. So you do have this energy here, the power of manifestation. Whatever you focus on is what grows and expands here, right? And the magician, the royalty of the wands, all of those represent, like attracts like. And if you focus on, um, gratitude and higher vibrational things, then we draw in the things that match that energy. But if we focus on lack, then we pull in things that match that energy instead. So our vibration has to match the vibration of what we're asking for, or it doesn't matter what we're asking for because we're asking for one thing with our mouth, but it's like they're showing me if you go on like Amazon and you're going to order something and you're typing in going, okay, I'm ordering this with my clicking on it, but my mouth and going, I'm ordering this, but I'm clicking on something else. Our energy is what clicks on something else. And it's like, why did I get that? It's like, that's what you ordered. And it's like, well, that's not what I say I was going to order. Yeah, but that's what you ordered with your energy, right? So I like this because it does tell you that you have the ability to step forward. You have this deservedness to step forward, and now is a time. It's just leaving behind the old cycles, the old ways of approaching things, and going, you know what? I like these two places. And as you go forward, I feel like what will happen is as you step towards something, your gut instinct is going to kick in and trust that gut instinct. So, like if you have two places that you're interested in, you're going to go grab numbers to phone call and you're going to go make phone calls, right? And as soon as you go to dial the number, you're going to get a gut instinct and you're going to be like, I don't want this. Or you start talking to him in this you just get this feeling, trust those feelings because especially you can ask spirit of your own free will to to um, give you information, give you guidance, because don't meddle with our free will and our power of choice. And a lot of times, like where we live isn't a make it or break it type of experience. We can have so many possibilities of where we live. So there's not necessarily a right or a wrong. They just bring us different experiences. And often what we do, like if you are like, okay, what kind of energy would I have if I chose Garland? Let's do that here real quick. So if with Garland, this is the energy you would have. With Wiley, what kind of energy would you have? And you get to decide what energy matches up more for you and what you're wanting to have. So Garland, you've got the Empress, and the Nine of Cups, dreams come true, wishes come true, birthing. I mean, very positive cards here, right? So you're like, wow, Garland looks great. And it's like, all right, well, what about, Wiley? And we look at Wiley and it's like, whoa, Wiley, you've got two and two. You've got the power of choice, power of emotional choice, power of energetic choice. So it's like, yeah, Wiley, you can still be happy here. You have this empowerment that you get to choose how happy you want to be and what energy you want to have around there. And it almost feels like this is you learn power of choice in Wiley going, well, maybe it's not quite as spectacular as Garland, but you'd still be happy. You could still choose happiness and still choose positive energy around that. And you look at it and go, okay, well, let me just go check them out. And then you trust your gut and your instinct as you go there, but there's no wrong. And, you know, it's like, we have this fear of making the wrong choice, but it's like there's no wrong choice. There's just different energy. And luckily, these are like apartments, right? And it's like, well, the good thing is that you just have a lease. You're not buying it. And even if you bought something, you can always sell it. But there is this, okay, you know what? I'm going to trust my gut and my instinct. And if I get there and I don't like it, you know what? I have power free choice and I can choose to leave. And so nothing is forever in this life, too. So I like that, though. Garland still feels very, very bright. Wiley still could be something there. And then you can just check it out. Yeah. Just ease it out there. Yeah, it's just like, yeah, just go check it out. See what's the worst that could happen. You're stuck in a lease for 6 months or a year. Then you can be looking for what you're going to do and don't unpack, just but you follow your heart and it's beautiful. You don't have to feel the pressure of all that. All right. So that is what they have for you. Absolutely. So enjoy the adventure of I'm going to go check them both out and see what energy I get and see what happens and unfolds there and you're like, "Blah, I don't like that place." All right. All right. So many blessings to you. And then let me take a look here. I think we had so Timmy, you came in like at 6:02. Yeah. So Natasha, you slipped right in there before Timmy. So Timmy, you'll be up next. And Natasha, thank you for your donation. And of course, when we're asking about health or medical or anything like that, I always have to say there's a disclaimer in the description box of the video about, you know, um, I'm not a medical professional, and tarot's designed for entertainment purposes. And ultimately, everyone has to make their own decisions. And tarot really shouldn't replace medical or any kind of professional services, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So, disclaimer said. All right. So, Natasha, let's see here. Anything that spirit wants you to know around health? Let's take a look. All right. Okay. So, wow, look at that, not those, these two. All right. So the card that came flying out of the deck first here, Natasha, is the Chariot card, which is the power of choice. And we like this. Um, so much of our life is I mean, every moment is really a choice between unconditional love and laughter and joy and gratitude, this higher vibrational love energy, and lower vibrational energy that's tied in fear. And when we're talking about health, and you can look on the internet everywhere, and read books about fight or flight mode. When we go into fear mode, our human side, it shuts down like our immune system and our digestive system and floods our body with adrenaline and does this and does that. And it does all this stuff temporarily because it's supposed to be temporary and not happen every day where we're escaping danger. The saber-toothed tiger syndrome, the dinosaurs, whatever. But we've entered a world of social and emotional monsters instead of real physical dangers, and it's been replaced to where we as humans are in fight or flight quite a bit, because it's like, "Gotta fit in, gotta do this," fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear, everywhere, right? But this chariot card shows that we get to choose and we can change and really question and go, is this really a monster? And we're like, no, this is just an emotion. I can change the power of this emotion, this power of these things in our life. Because the chariot comes in saying that we get to choose what story we put to any situation, what emotion we feel as we go through it, any kind of what where we're putting our energy, like attracts like, and then also what physical actions we're taking. I get to control all that and choose that, even though sometimes we don't feel like we're choosing, right? We're given a lot of supposed tos and shoulds when we're young, popular opinions about all what all that stuff is supposed to mean. And we take it on where it eventually becomes our own habit and reaction, and we're just doing it. And we think, well, I don't think I'm choosing, but then we realize we are. We can begin to switch that because the more that we're in the higher vibration and not in fear, the more that our health works at its highest. So much of our dis-ease in our life is at, you know, because of stress. It's stress related things, which is really saying fear related, illness or, um, it's the stress related things. So we've got this power of choice coming in that they're like, well, no matter what is happening, people might have diagnoses, but we make the prognosis. They might say, well, this is what's going on, but I determine what that means and what I'm going to do about it. And I like this. It's like we can really help our body so much by de-stressing and stepping out of fears, right? So I like all of this. The next two cards that came in here, you got the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles, which is, trust in your gut, trust in your instinct, and doing the work, doing what you need to do to make changes in the outside world, right? That's the stuff that comes in here. Regarding health, it's do your research, but trust your gut and your instinct, because so much of it has to do with the higher realms um, and emotions. Queen of Cups rules over emotion with the King, plus she's given a second portion of Cups. So very much this indication of looking into um, emotional. I don't say emotional therapies, but emotional information, emotional tools, and things you can do to help with emotions, especially de-stressing emotions. Because you have the Emperor here too, which is Aries energy, which is stepping up and taking control of your life, disregarding, or we get a lot of self-imposed advisors in our life who blah 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 blah, supposed to, should, need to, and this is about you stepping up, going, what do I want? I get to decide. I'm the emperor. They rule over all the kings in their kingdom. They're like, I'm the one. And it's like there's this with the chariot and the emperor together, two major arcana. This is like really stepping into um kind of a new place in your life here. Yeah. And you have this over and over and over again a couple times here where you've got looking at things. The Knight of Swords tries to look and get clarity around things, and the Fool card is a brand new beginning, free of a lot of expectations and supposed tos and shoulds and need tos. Really, the source of a lot of our fears is, what are people going to think? What a fear of failure, fear of rejection, and we realize I get to decide what anything means, and if someone rejects me for something I do, thank you for telling me who you are. Bye bye. There's this clarity that comes in, and again, two final cards here, major arcana. You got the Devil card, which is Saturn Capricorn energy. shaking up your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets that you've been having all your life. And the sun card is the brightness, shining light on things, bringing clarity. And it's a very victorious card. So, when we're talking about health, I don't feel like there's anything here that is like telling me, whoa, my gosh, it's just pointing back to stress and the fear of letting people down, the fear of failing, the fear of rejection, and it's bringing up and it's impacting the body. And it's if we can get into this power that I get to decide what anything means. I'm the one who chooses for me. Everyone chooses for themselves. I can't control what everyone else is thinking or doing. I'm coming back. There's a great German proverb of sweep in front of your own door. And it's returning back to me and working on me. Everyone else can decide whatever they're going to do, but I'm working on connecting to my inner love, my self love, diving deep into the emotions, and it allows the body to function at such a high level when it's in a place of non stress. So, hopefully, that helps, Natasha. Um, that's what they have for you right now. So, many blessings to you, and thank you again for your donation. All right. And so, Timmy, you are up next. You are, I think, the last donation here. And then, just because God's daughter's asking who's next, and I know a lot of times people are wondering. So I go down the donations first, and Timmy is my last donation right now. And then I'll go back to the very top of the chat and start working my way down on the free readings. And if anyone else wants theirs prioritized a donation, I will step out, complete that, and then go back in line and continue down there. All right. So, Timmy, thank you so much for your donation. Give that some love there. And you want to know, how will your job and your boss do this year? Or is there something new on the horizon? Hey, job is like what, a third of our life? Sleeping, eating, and working, right? So I get it. You can ask it all you want. Energy just change. So I get it. So let's take a look here. Um, First of all, let's look here and see, is there a different job for you this year? We'll look at that first, because then we don't care about your boss. And we'll see from here. All right. All right. Well, I don't see like a faded job, which doesn't mean that you don't want to search for something else. It's just there's not like a faded move of something that you have to move into, because you've got the strength card, which is you communing with your higher self, courage and strength, and the Knight of Swords is clarity that comes into your life, and they're like on a quest of seeking clarity. I feel like it's something that is kind of being mentioned here and in this other energy here, which I'll show you in a sec, is this is a job, this is what you're working, but what is your life purpose? And I feel like this is a year of ahas, of you really connecting inward and upward to your high heart to find out, what is it that I want to do with my life? How do I want to express this, energy in my life here? So um, I like that coming in here, because you also have the Three of Cups and the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is like energy that's conflicting energy, which obviously you might be having that at your work now, right? But there's like this energy that transforms into something more supportive. And the Three of Cups represents joy, celebration, but also your spiritual posse. So you got two cards here talking about connecting higher to your higher self and to your spiritual support team. And you've also got this search here of changing your energy and seeing things from this higher perspective and getting clarity around what it is that you're wanting to do with your life. And I like that, because I feel like that's where that energy is kind of coming into your job, where when you're not living your dream and you're just existing, that how we are on the inside is reflective to the outside, right? We don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So if we just feel like we're existing, then we feel like this job is just existing, right? We just feel like, well, there it is. Every day I wake up and there I go. And then we start projecting how we feel about ourselves to this mirror of our boss, and we feel our boss treats us this way. And then we look at ourselves and go, oh, how am I treating myself that way? Well, they don't appreciate the job I do. Well, I'm not appreciating the job I do either because I hate it. It's not making my heart sing. I'm existing. So, this energy that's within you, this, churning energy of the Five of Wands is bouncing all around, but it's in the process of transforming, because you'll get to the point where you're just sick and tired of existing and you want to live, and you're like, you know what? I want to be a botanist. I don't know where that's coming from. I want to be a botanist. I think that's people botanical, like flowers and agriculture. And I'm going to go to school. That's what I'm going to go do. I'm going to go to student law and I'm going to school and I'm going to become a botanist. And you're like, woohoo, I found my dream. And then you're excited and you can't wait to wake up and study and test and go to classes and go on trips and do things, or marine biologist, or whatever this dream is, right? If it requires certification, school, something, you're learning this and you're going, wow, this is my dream. And then you have this new spark of life that comes in, right? Let's see what else they want you to know here. All right. So these three, let's see what these are. Whoa. Yes. 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 All right. Because you got the Nine of Cups. Dreams come true. This is what you're wanting. You're wanting to seek this dream come true. You have both the Magician and the High Priestess, the divine and masculine and feminine counterparts, number one and number two. And this is about igniting and taking steps towards your dream. Do what you can. The stuff that you can't do, you open up with the divine feminine that we all have, because the difference between the two, divine masculine, is you initiate and you do what you can, and you're putting your energy and manifesting in action. And the divine feminine is we are like, I've done all I could do. I'm opening up and I'm waiting. And it's like when, asking spirit, can I have help? Can you guide me? I'm waiting. And then they bring that to us. So you do what you can, and then you wait and ask spirit to bring the rest. And they will, because they don't meddle with your free will. But if you ask them of your own free will, they will bring you clarity, bring you direction, bring you different things here. So I feel like, to me, this is a year of finding out, what is this dream come true? What would make your heart sing? What will make you feel like that, full of joy and overflowing and woohoo? And if you don't know, then, definitely, look around, um, check things out. And this is a great book that we're reading right now in my Praying Mantis member YouTube channel members. It's Discover Your Dharma, which is your life purpose. And Sahara Rose, I'm sorry, hit my microphone there. Sorry if that was loud. You can discover more about what your life purpose is. There's a great, she has a website, iamsahararose.com. In fact, I have it here and I will share this for everyone, because this is a free site. I'm not plagiarizing or anything. She offers it to everyone. But then if you're interested in her book, I highly recommend it. It's an amazing book. But here's her website. And there's two quizzes there. One's under the purpose tab in the quiz, and that gives you your Dharma archetype. And here's the direct link to it if you're interested, anyone. And then also under the Ayurveda, or Ayurveda. I'm probably murdering how to pronounce that. I'm talking like my Texas roots that I had. But this is the dosha quiz, which talks about your energies too. So those could be helpful and give you some guidance too. If you're unsure of what that dream is, it's a good place to start. All right. So that's what they have coming in for you, Timmy, and I appreciate that. So many blessings to you, and thank you again for your donation. I'm excited to see what unfurls here for you. But I feel like as your energy changes, you could even, while you're going to school or whatever, I feel like your whole attitude towards your job changes, because you realize it's just supporting your dream It's not you're not stuck there, and things would change because you would change too. All right. So that's what they have. Many, many blessings to you. All right. It's about to put my cards away. All right. Have a good night, everybody. No, no, no. You're very welcome. All right. So I think that's it for all the donations. And thank you guys so much. That's how I live, and it's from donations and my YouTube memberships is what helps support me being able to offer all the free things that I do. So big thank you to all of you, and thank you guys for your patience as I work my way down the free lists. And thank you for all the thumbs up that you're giving the video too. It's something everyone can do that's free, and it helps spread the Zen love. It helps out my channel, and YouTube shares more of my other videos with other people automatically. So thank you guys so much for all of you that have already done that. All right, take a sip here. All right. So Dijona Sturgis, you are up first. And you want to know, will you find real love this lifetime? All right, let's take a look here. What is real love? Did we ask that? I think you asked that. Was that you that did that? Like a year or so ago when people were asking questions, right? Is there real love? What is love? So real love, of course, we find inward and upward, right? Um, that's real love. Love in the outside world with humans is conditional and temporary and is imitation love. That's why it doesn't satisfy us for very long, because what we're used to is the unconditional eternal love of the other side, where we come from, where we actually are. We're just dipping our toe down in here into humanity for a little while. So that's the love that we're really, really looking for, right? Now, I know really probably what you're asking. It doesn't I'm not dense. Well, at least not in this in this moment. Um, that you're wondering, are you gonna find love with a human? The closest thing to real love that you can find from a human on this physical plane of existence, right? We're getting technical now. Your spirit guides are being funny, but we got the Three of Cups, which is your spiritual posse going, yeah, you got real love with us right here. You always have access to this higher love through your posse and your higher self. So you always have access to eternal unconditional love. So they're like, you always got us, and it actually helps for us to fill up with that first. And then when we're overflowing, the love that comes from humans feels full and overflowing because it's above and beyond extra. And when we're looking for that to be the ultimate, it's going to fail. But when we're filling up already and going, all right, spirit, I'm filling up with your love, they're just extra above and beyond. Then whatever they give is awesome. And it feels, instead of lacking, it feels full and overflowing, right? So you are destined here with the Six of Cups to have a fated relationship in this lifetime. Six of Cups for me is past life connection. And so this individual that you meet in this lifetime is going to be abnormal, from the other people that you have met, because you're going to have this lifetime connections, many, many, many lifetimes as lovers, as enemies, as whatever, tons of lifetimes together. I feel I'm just seeing like multitudes. There's like these aisles. Well, here's the aisles where we were frenemies and enemies, and this one's when we were lovers, and this is when we were relatives. This is when we were just acquaintances and friends. And there's all these aisles of all these different lifetimes you've had together, which are below the surface, which come forward. And so you do have this, and you do come across them in this lifetime. And so it's pretty cool. And for anyone, I do have past lifetime readings available. All that information's in the description box if you're ever wondering, who was I in a past lifetime? What am I bringing into this lifetime? Or, with this individuals, like if you have a couples and you want to know couple stuff, we can find all that stuff and dive into the Akashic records that are bubbling below in our subconscious and go, what are we bringing into this lifetime? What is important to know from past lifetimes? So it's pretty cool. But so there you go, Daijona. Hopefully that helps. All right. Many blessings to you. And Die Baby 777, you'd like a general reading. So what does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. All the choices. It's all about the choices. You got the Chariot card, which is the choice about choices of mind and of thought, right? The story, emotion, energy, and physical action. And the Two of Pentacles is with a combination of this is choices that are to be made in the physical world coming up here. So they're telling you that, there's no wrong choice to make when anything comes up. And that's important because we grow up in such a fear-based world of, oh, don't make the wrong choice. Oh, what if I'd have done that? And they're like, you know what? You know how old we are. You know how many lifetimes, like we just talked with Dajona, how many lifetimes we've had and how many experiences in all other dimensions, other universes, other solar systems. We are freaking old. And so we got a lot of we've got a lot of experiences and we're eternal, and so there's no pressure. The the wrong choice is like, no, you would just, another lifetime you'll make a different choice and you'll see how that played out. But in this one, there's um just different experiences that come with choices. There's not right or wrong. There's no judgment on the other side from Spirit. They're like, you wanted to go to the playground and this time you decided to go on the merry-go-round and you didn't chose the springs. Well, in the next lifetime you might choose the springs, or maybe later in your life you might choose to go on the swings or the slide, and you have different experiences with each. But there's no right or wrong, they're just different experiences. And so there's these opportunities coming up in the outside world where you have to make a choice between the two. And what holds you back is the fear of making the wrong choice. But when you step into that power of the Chariot, going, I'm the one that gets to decide the story, the emotion, the energy, my actions. So even though other people might have like their blah, blah, blah opinion about, well, you should have chose differently. You're like, all right, thanks. I get to choose. You choose for you, I choose for me. And I like this. It's like there's this um kind of awareness and kind of a permission of choose what you want. You can choose, there's no wrong choice. And so they're just wanting to reinforce that with you, so you'll choose what you want instead of what you fear other people would want you to do instead. So I like it. So that is what they have for you, Die Baby. So many blessings to you. Ah, very good. Can't believe I remember that. It had to be Spirit reminding me that, Dajona. Too funny. All right. So many blessings. And Felicia Fing, hello, hello. Thank you again, Felicia, for mentioning about hitting that like button. I really appreciate that. That's a great reminder. And thank you for doing that. And you want to know, what will it bring you if you stay where you're at in the current city and start a new job that you're currently in? So, what energy would it bring you? Let's take a look here. So, based on current energies, if you stayed in the current place, let's try that again. All right, there it goes. Well, you know, you have your power to choose. You have this. There'd be some disappointment staying in the current city, because I feel like it would be, you'd get caught up in doing the same thing that you've always done in your heart. It just feels like with this King of Wands that there's something, you're a passion that you want to live, and it's not available in the city where you're currently at. I feel like that's such an important thing for you to step into your power, get out from I feel like there's a lot of influence around you, and I feel like you being away on your own gives you this courage. You can got Leo energy back there, Leo lion. You got this courage of stepping forward and doing what I want, and instead of feeling like everyone's watching you and judging you, and all of that. And I know the fear of disappointment is like, what if I go there and it doesn't work out? When you're going for your dream, you don't care about things falling short, because you're just like, okay, I learned from that, and now I'm going to try this way. You don't give up on when it's your dream. When you're living someone else's dream and doesn't work out, like, oh, I tried, you don't put as much effort, depending on how much fear you have around it. But I just feel like there would be just these feelings of disappointment and settling if you stay in the city where you're at and there's just this fire, this entrepreneur, emperor kind of energy that comes with the King of Wands. It's Aries fire. I got to live my passion. And if you don't, your heart's like, why don't I get to live my passion? That's what I feel like with that, with the Three of Swords. It's like, I'm sad. The heart sads because the mind got to win again. And the heart wants what it wants. And the mind is like, oh, but we gotta do it this way, right? And that's what kicks in there. So hopefully that helps, Felicia. I just feel like it's time to move it for you. Yay! You are very welcome. Very cool. All right. Thank you again. Many blessings, my dear. All right, Alexis, you want to know why is spell work being done on you? Too funny. Because people are I was gonna say people are stupid. Oh, okay. Um, well, first of all, spell work, I just like to make sure whenever anyone mentions spell work or curses or anything like that, we can't control other people. Um, we can influence other people, like we can make it easier or harder for people to choose unconditional love or fear. And by convincing people to fear something, um, and we can't convince people, people allow themselves to be convinced. Let's be clear there. People can try to come up to me and go, I put a curse on you, or spell on you, did spell work on you to get sick. And if I believe it, and I'm like, "Oh, what? Oh no, I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna get sick." My energy, I'm telling the universe, I want to get sick. Can you make me can you make me sick? And then they're like, okay, you want to be sick? Here's sickness. Oh my God, you made me sick. It worked. No, it's because my energy and I believed it, and I made the choice for myself by jumping on board with this suggestion they made. That's on me, right? They could also come up to me and said, "I put a curse on you," and they're like, "Oh, boo, 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 boo! I can't believe you put a curse on me. Back on you." And I was like, and then I'm not harmed at all because I'm not allowing that to come into my energy. We're the power. We're the masters of our lives. Everyone has the power of choice. That's our free will, our power of choice that each of us has. And creator and spirit they don't allow anyone else's energy to be forced upon us. People will present it, and if we accept it, we're like, yeah, that's what I want. I'm coding that into my energy. Then spirit's like, all right, well, here you go. You ordered it. Bleh. You're just like, it's like going to a restaurant and somebody goes, you know what? I think you should order some raw liver. I think you'd love that. And you're like, no, I don't want to order that. And the waiter comes over and they're like, they want me to have liver, cold liver. And like, is that what you want? I guess I do. And then they bring it, and if you're eating it, that's all on us, not on someone else, right? Um, and we have the power to go, whatever. No, I'm going to get nachos. So I like this awareness that comes in that spell work, curses, and all that. People try to convince us, and then conveniently, also a lot of the same group of people say, "Oh, for 9.99, or 10 easy payments of 9.99, I will reverse that curse off of you and have that protection spell for you." Interesting how that works, right? It's like a therapist going around screwing up people so that they can have patients and clients. But anyway, this is what spirit is having you focus on. People will try to put spell work on you because, you know, they see you shining bright, moving forward. There's this energy here of living dreams come true and having this fulfillment, and they, because of their low self-esteem, I don't want you to be able to have that if I can't have it. And so people will have project their own fears and their own self-hatred on other people. And that's what real spell work and black magic is all about. People putting their lower vibrational energy and trying to bring other people down. Misery loves company. They try to like come down here and be miserable with the rest of us. But I like, joy loves company too, and they throw better parties. So choose joy, choose this. And I just feel like there's this transformation that comes through all this for you, this empowerment when you realize no one can make you put a curse on you. No one can make you do anything you don't want to do. And I feel like spirit is like, yeah, they're reminding me of, I think it was one of the comedians. I think maybe Will Ferrell. Was it Will? I think it was. Someone who goes, why, how can you be so happy all the time? And they're like, well, because I focus all my energy on people and things that I love, and I don't spend any of my energy on the haters. And I just don't have time and energy for that. I invest all my energy in my happiness. And I feel like this is what they're saying with that Nine of Cups, is to invest all of that energy in your dreams and not worry about anyone else. So I like that, Alexis. All right. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And angel blessings. You're up next. So, spirit message here. And for the sake of time, I'm hitting the top of the hour. I have an hour left. So, um, what I'm going to do is go to one card readings for the rest of the free readings. If you want me to go deeper than a donation of any kind, I will go deeper. But for the free readings, I'm going to go to one card readings, kind of not lightning round as much, but just so I can get through more. So, angel blessings, spirit message for you. You got the Three of Wands, and this is telling us that you're, with new information that's coming forward for you here, you're going to be changing directions. You're going to go off path into a different place than you normally would have gone before. And I'm sorry. I just saw a donation come in. But I feel like you're taking a different route and taking a different direction than you normally would have, because new information comes in and you're like, okay. And be okay, be open to changing direction, changing your destination, if that's what we say there. So I like that for you. So many blessings to you. That's what they have. That's what they want you to know, is be okay with changing directions. So I like it. Hey, Anna. Shout out to one of my praying mantis members. Just saying thank you. Oh, thank you. Give that some love there. So they did get delayed, but they got booted, but then they got on standby and ended up coming later, huh? I love it. Spirit, you gotta love Spirit. They love talking to you for sure. I like the clarity they bring you. So thank you so much for your donation, Anna, and enjoy your time with your friend too. Cheers. Cheers. You're so funny. I love it. All right. So that's what they had for you, angel blessings. And then Linksley, Leo's thoughts and next actions towards you. And I did answer that in today's earlier one too. So if you want to get some additional information, be sure to check that out, because I did get to that question. And you got the Seven of Swords, which I think this is what they have here. A lot of mental, you know, stuff going on here. The swords, the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets. They're really in this process of discovering what of their own thoughts have cheated them out of opportunities and stolen things out of their life. It's stolen opportunities because they didn't believe they could, or they were afraid to. And so there's a lot of light being shown on that for them at this time here. In fact, I love this, how this crow, this raven is quack, quack, right there. They're not, you know, way away from them. It's almost like they're in their face, having them face these things and look at these things. So that's why I feel like when their thoughts and their next actions towards you is they're all focused on themselves right now with this energy, and they're whittling away at these fears that keep them held back. But I just feel like they're really focused on them right now. So that's what's coming in there, Linksley, for you. I know I kind of keep getting that message from them. Eventually, I get why you ask, a lot because, um, and um, eventually it's going to be like, oh, look, movement, yay! It's like checking, a flight or whatever. Are they, where's it at? Or a package being delivered? Well, it's not out for delivery yet. And then one day, oh, it's out for delivery. Where's it at? So I get you. Ah, very cool. So they were delayed, but they did arrive. Yay! Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Anna. All right. So Hot Sun, you are up. Hello. So what are Joey's feelings, intentions, and next actions towards you? And the bottom of the deck. Well, you got the Page of Wands here. The bottom of the deck is the Nine of Cups. Almost looks like the very much joy, joy, happy, happy, energy here. And there is this passion, there is this movement that's coming here. Nine of Cups, energy on the bottom is like a dream come true kind of emotions. And I do feel like they're going to move on their passions first. The emotions come later, but I feel like they are wanting to express their passion and their interests, and it's a heightened, being the Page of Wands. It's the 11 of Wands, kind of in a way, which is not the Ace of Wands. It's an upgrade. It's you've gone through all this, and now you're going to a whole nother level of expression. So I feel like if it's been moving very, very slow, I feel like it's about to go woon into another gear that's coming up. So that's what they have for you, Hot Sun. So many blessings to you. And then Soul Searching Vibe, you are up next. You want to know who is coming towards you? Well, you have a Queen of Swords. So it is someone who's very balanced between heart and mind. She rolls over the swords, but all the queens are given a second portion of water. So it's this beautiful balance between the two. Someone who can express themselves verbally, communicate very well, express their emotions, feel emotions. They're not too overly emotional where they're emotional wreck and flying off the this out of their heart, but they're also not so logical that they have no feeling either. There's a beautiful balance between the two, and I like that for you. Could be an air sign, um maybe more Gemini, Libra. Aquarius could be there, but being an Aquarian, our energy is more, um we can come across as that the emotion isn't there, but we are water bearers. Even though we're air signs, we are water bearers, and we hold emotion in containers, in little burpy Tupperware, in nice little cold refrigeration in our heart so that it doesn't spoil. And all that anyone has to do is ask for some emotion. We're like, oh, here it is. I need the container back though. And so, that's why I feel like it feels more like Libra, Gemini than it does, because they're more balanced with their and expressive of their emotions a little more than Aquarius. They're just kind of more contained, if that makes sense. So that is what they have for you. Soul Searching Vibes. So many blessings to you. We'll continue moving down the list. Oh, okay. Ah, okay, yeah, well, yeah. So he definitely still has the hots for you then. Um, and yeah, it seems like he still thinks you're the shizit, right? And wants to come after you, hot son. Just scorch him with your heat. Psst. All right. So hang in there. All right, Rishi, you are up. You want a reading on to know more about the energies between MM and yourself. Wow. So you got the Empress card, which is very new birthing, very nurturing energy, and energies that are there. And it is, if there is sensuality there, it could be with the Empress card, new birth, creativity, but it's a major arcana, so it is a significant kind of freedom energy too, without a whole lot of rules around it yet, which is good because the Empress is like the naked goddess running through the forest without clothes. because she doesn't want to be contained by all those rules of the kingdom and of organized religion. She's more the, you know, nature goddess running and connected with nature. So I like this. It feels very nurturing, birthing, and just feels light instead of heavy with a lot of rules. Sorry, keep on sliding off my chair here. So that's what's coming through for you there, Rishi. Hopefully that resonates there for you. And many blessings to you. All right. And Divine Goddess, you are up. Anything about your significant one? All right. Wow. The Magician. So divine masculine energy, manifesting energy, not afraid to step forward, not afraid to move forward, not afraid to invest their energy. Very aware of their gifts, not arrogant, but confident, knowing they have everything within them to make things come true and to put things forward. So when they want something, they know they can go for it, and they will go for it until they get it, in positive ways, not obsessive ways. But they know they just have this great connection to their abilities, and a go getter. And we like that, right? So that's one little piece of your future significant one there. So I like it. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue. You're welcome, dude. All right. Butterfly, you're up next. Future self message. Wow. So they're saying you're about to go through a great change. This is a victory card, but it's also the ending of a major cycle and the beginning of a new adventure. So the full card comes after this, which means you've reached a summit and you're like, okay, I'm ready to let this stuff go and I'm ready for a new adventure that's different than you've had before. A lot of this openness and freedom, not a lot of rules, not a lot of it's like you're a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. It has a whole different set of adventures and rules around a butterfly because you're not crawling, you're flying, you're not eating leaves, collecting nectar, you're going on long adventures instead of caterpillar going very small. So you're definitely going, your world is changing, and 2024 is pretty big for you. If you haven't checked out your 2024 energy forecast, the link is in the description box of this video. And if you go to my main page, you'll see the um, playlist up there too. It's for each individual zodiac sign. So be sure to check that out. I like it for you. They're saying here comes a big change, and it's a positive one. So I like it. All righty. So many blessings to you. And hey, Johanna, thank you for your donation. I don't see your question yet. So for the sake of time, I'm going to bounce back up and I'll do free readings until I see your question. Love and light, you want messages from the person on your mind. Well, you got the 7 of Wands here, and the message from the person on your mind is don't back off, don't back down, continue to shine. Don't worry about defending yourself or anyone else. Really stand up and be you and shine. The sun does not ask permission to shine; it just does, and it doesn't dim its light. It doesn't. Um, become anything different. They're like, be you and shine bright and don't listen to the haters. Don't listen to anyone that is, it's because they're feeling low about themselves and you're shining bright. So they feel like they're even lower. But don't let that be about you. Understand that's about them. And I like this energy. They're just like encouraging you to be you and shine and don't change. uh, you're too bright. And your light is too needed for it to be dimmed, and you are bright light in the dark skies. What that means? Oh, love and light. So there you go, love and light. That's what they have for you um, right now. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. Thank you, Johanna. Let me give that donation some love there, and shout out to another one of my YouTube channel members. Hey, Johanna. I love that your names appear in green and have the little badge there. So anything that you need to know now. All right, Johanna, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know now? All right. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, you are in being encouraged here with all three of these cards here. Let's see if I can. Well, maybe I'll just use two hands. It'd be easier. There we go. So you're being encouraged here. You've got the Four of Cups, which talks about looking higher for love here. This is the love of the outside world. You can see how bored out of the gourd they are with those. But here's the Ace of Cups, which connects you to the higher love. Here's your Judgment card, drawing you to this higher place, and the King of Cups, who offers this Ace of Cups to you. And this is basically this nudge from spirit of pulling you higher. Seeing love from this higher place is a huge piece of what's coming in here, and it changes everything. The king will have, like, behind him all these ships and all the storms happening, but when all the emotional things happen in the outside world, the king is unaffected, because one of the big things he learns with this emotional stability is the Four of Cups, uh, which they learn that when we have our emotions dependent upon the outside world, we are in a hurricane because all of that is so unstable. It's like constantly, we're getting seasick with all the emotion, because it's constantly churning, constantly changing, constantly dropping, inconsistent, temporary. And so, whether it's relationships, situations, or things, they don't fulfill us emotionally. That's why they're bored with them here, because they just don't fulfill for very long, if at all. I usually joke that it's like American Chinese food. You eat it and you're hungry an hour later. And that's kind of the energy that comes with the things of the outside world. But once we turn inward and upward and connect to that beautiful, eternal, never ending, right? Unconditional, nothing we can do to ever lose it, nothing we have to do to gain it. When we realize that's the core and that is what fills us up, then that's where our stability comes in, because we're defining ourselves by that which is stable. And then that stabilizes us in all the outside world. You know, the, and the King of Cups is kind of reminds me of, you know, when in the Christian Bible and the stories, the disciples were going across the water and they hit a storm and they thought they were going to die. And then here comes Jesus walking on water. And he told the storm, "Peace, be still." And the storm stilled. And that's kind of what this reminds me of, is that when we connect with that higher love that we find inward and upward, we can have this calmness, and we can still the emotional storms in our lives in a very beautiful way. And it doesn't mean that we stop wanting love of the outside world. We just stop needing it, and we fill up inward and upward, and we're overflowing with that then. And then the outside love becomes above and beyond extra, instead of lacking and falling short. It transforms our whole emotional experience. And I feel like that's what you need to know right now, is that the love that you're wanting, and see if I can get it to focus here. You can see here in their heart here, just this beautiful array shooting out from their heart, right? And that's the love that we can find, as we are drawn inward and upward. So that's what they have for you, Hannah. Hopefully that helps with right now, but that's what they're wanting you to know. And I love that for you. So thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And I'm going to put those cards back in, and we're going to continue bouncing back up, and continue with the free readings here. Let me give these a shuffle to refresh them. Cut and cut and cut. All right. So, YOLO, you are up. X or next? Who's coming in? Well, the Five of Cups here is about, we're caught up in the old emotions of the past, right? But the Two of Cups that are, behind us are the power of emotional choice. Uh, this is a transformation of emotion. It is about realizing we don't have to choose the old emotion anymore. that there is this new coming in. But there is this important message of looking at what we learned from X, because if we don't, we'll just repeat it, and the X will be the next, the X will be the X in next, right there in the middle. They'll be hidden in between. That it won't be your X, but it will be your X in someone else's body. And so there's this transformation that can happen in looking at what did I learn about them? What I think they did to me, what was I doing to myself? Because we're asking these beautiful teachers, all my exes were teachers, and they were consistently showing me what I wanted to see about myself till I saw it. And they were very good at showing it to me. So, once we all end up on the other side, I'm going to give them little rewards for overdoing, going way above and beyond and showing me because I learned it very well. And I'm very glad I don't have any angst for any of them. I do look at them as my teachers, but I feel like that's what's important right now for that YOLO first. Otherwise, your ex will be in the next as well. So many blessings. Well, welcome, Johanna. Good to see you. All right. Up next, book lovers. You want your life path reading. All right. Wow. So you have very many paths. You have the 10 of cups, and there is many paths to happiness. You have all this colors of the rainbow and all these different ways that you can have this fulfilled. And it's reminding me, and I keep going back to this book because it's an amazing book and it's right here. But it's by Sahara Rose, Discovering Your Dharma. Talk about life path and understanding your life purpose. It's very important here. And they talk about Dharma and our life purpose, that we have something we want to achieve, which is this feeling of overflowing emotion, is what you have. And there's different ways that we can do it. There's no wrong way, there's no right way. It's just, how do you uniquely want to express this love in your heart with the world? And I love this coming in here. So there's a lot of freedom. There's not so much, you know, you got to do it this way or you're doing it wrong. Spirit doesn't look at it that way. They're like, there's a whole bunch of different opportunities of doing things a bunch of different ways that bring you a bunch of different experiences. And so what do you want to experience? And there's no wrong choice. And you're like, and you can always change too. You could go through every one of those cups if you want, but it's like you're going to go in and choosing one on the one that feels right, and you're going to go do it. And then the Dharma, our life purpose, evolves and it changes. And it's like we do that for a while. We're like, all right, well, that's gave me the foundation. I'm ready for, cup number 2, and maybe cup number 7, and then maybe cup number 10. But you get to change it and move around with it. So I like this, that you get to choose and there's no wrong choice. So that's what's coming in there for you. And then green tea, general reading. Got the Queen of Pentacles. It is a time for Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. If you can get out into nature, this is very well supported, but this is a time for you to focus on you and birth things for you, nurture yourself. I feel like it's, you give a lot to a lot of other people, and generally you probably give to yourself last. Whenever this comes in, it's like, it's usually for big-hearted people that give and give and give and give and give until you have forced R&R, and they're trying to keep you to having forced R&R so that you get to recharge your battery before the battery's dead. When the little red light goes off in your phone, you plug it in. You don't wait for it to die. So this is, take time for you, nurture yourself. This is what they're wanting you to do. Make choices for you. It's okay for you to choose things for you, and whatever's left over, you give to other people. You don't have to be drained, because then we just end up getting resentful later when we're giving, 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 and no one's giving to us. It's like, because you are the one that can give to you in a way like no other knows, no other human anyway knows you like you do, and so give to yourself. All right, so that's what they have coming in for you, green tea. And then a DT, like a February energy read. So you have the 7 of Cups, some emotional choices coming up here in February that just take you in to a place of contemplation and a place of looking at what is it that you want in your life emotionally? I feel like it's a really revealing time because you're really discovering like you get some things that you wanted and you're like, "Bleh," and then you don't get some things you wanted and you're like, "Bleh," and you're just like kind of chunking some stuff going, I really didn't care if I got that or not, you know. I thought I was going to be more disappointed, but I wasn't. And I thought I was going to be more fulfilled, and I wasn't. And so you're really getting and clearing out and discovering kind of more and more about your wish and what you want for you in your life, free of other people. I feel like you're doing a lot of internal transformation there. So that's what they have for you, ADT, for February for that. And be sure to check out your energy forecast as well. I have a playlist by each individual zodiac sign. It breaks it out by 4 months. So you'll have January through April, but you can see what blessings and stuff come in that period too. All right. So many blessings to you. And so we are to Shri. So, Shri, do you have a destined partner in this lifetime? No, Cynthia, you're like 5 or 6 away yet. So, Um, you have the temperance here, which tells me, yes, you do, because otherwise you wouldn't get a patience card. Things are working out, it's going back and forth, it's alchemy, it's just taking time for it to happen. So it's patience, balance. You do have one in this lifetime, but it's like, meh, what are you gonna do there? I do have a pick a card if you want to take a look at it, and this is for anyone that wants it. Here, let's see. Did I grab it? Yeah, because it's an old one, messages from your soulmate, soul partner, and/or twin flame. So I'm going to pop it down here. So if you want to check that out, here's the link for that video. But you do definitely have one with that temperance card coming in. All right, and that's what they have for you. And then Dollface Diva, anything Spirit wants you to know right now? Yeah, the Page of Cups. So here we go. This heightened experience, this upgrade in love and energy as well. So it feels very, I say spiritual in a way, but it does. It feels like this emotional connection with spirit. You're getting this upgrade. You're getting this connection. You're you're seeing here, and it's almost like you're getting this little hope, little dose of hope because you got pigs flying up here. Let's see if I can get it to focus. But you got pigs flying up here, which is about, you didn't think it was possible, but here it is. Here's this possibilities, and they're giving you like this energy of like, yeah, there's little that you could never, there's little that you can't do when you put your heart into it. And I feel like they are encouraging you, yeah, put your heart into, this dream, this, pigs flying. So I love that for you. So it feels like encouragement going, go for it, go for it. It's like they're cheering, you know, diva, diva, diva. So I like that. All right. So that's what's coming in. So many blessings to you. And so, Om Om, you are up next. So, will you find real love this lifetime? Let's take a look here. You've got the 10 of wands coming in here, and the 10 of wands is about definitely there's possibility, real love. And we talked about this a little earlier. Real love we find inward and upward because that's the love we're looking for is the unconditional eternal love of ourselves. We talk about can we find real love in the outside world? Not unless you come across a ascended master, but that they're not walking around like they used to. So, but I understand what you're really looking for is, am I going to find the closest I can to real love in a human being in this lifetime, right? And I feel like that's a yes, because you've got the 10 of wands, which is the burden, the ending of all this energy and all this exhaustion that you've been putting in to trying to find love. And they're like, it's changing our energy. It's changing. The 10 of wands is endings and going to beginnings. And it's like you've learned a lot along the way, but the biggest thing you've learned is that you can't find it out there. The first place to start is looking inward and upward, and you're connecting to the spirit world. Fill up with that love and it overflows, and then you'll be able to find this love in the outside world. The important thing of turning inward and upward that I didn't mention earlier was we can't love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So if we love ourselves that much, no matter how much love we want to push out, it just drips. No matter how much love they want to give us, it just drips in. But when we expand our love upward, it also expands our ability to give and receive love to the humans in the outside world. So, in order for us to find real love, it's not going to do us any good if I don't have my self love expanded because they can try to flood me with all that real love, and all I'm going to get is drip, 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 right? So, it's important to focus that energy, take it away from all that energy we're trying to do on the outside, bring that energy inward and upward, and then we fill up and it transforms how we perceive love and our experience of love in the outside world, too. So I like that for you, Om Om. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then we are to Cynthia Brito. You got caught up with your baby. All right. So glad you are all settled in. And you want to know, will the Leo Eric message you tonight? You know, it got the Queen of Cups, which reminds me of the High Priestess card. Very internal, deep emotional here. I don't feel like they will message you tonight because the high priestess steps away, communicates to the higher realms, dives deep into their own emotions, looks behind the veil. So this feels more alone time, which sounds like you might need it. You're like, yeah, I need a nap. But this is about you connecting to your own emotions and connecting with spirit. I feel is an important thing for you right now. Trusting your gut, trusting your intuition, connecting with spirit. I don't feel like they're going to call tonight. All right. So that is what they have for you, my dear. So that is the message. And then Kevin to the Buin, hello, hello. You want to know, should you completely move on from Aksha and not interact at all? Well, um, the 5 of Wands here is the change and transformation of something of energy, of passion, from something of conflict to something more loving. And, I'm reminded of an earlier reading that we did too about, um, you know, X or next was the message. And it feels like, should I move on and not interact at all? But I feel like if you move on, without transforming what's going on the inside, you're just going to kind of move into Akshat 2.0, another one, someone similar, because you're going to continually have the same mirror. That's what I read. I saw a meme, and it really was like blew me away because I'm like, oh, it's so true. It's like it doesn't matter if the mirrors change, if the reflection's going to be the same. It doesn't matter. It's you changing and updating your energy and transforming what you're experiencing, what you're seeing through those things, and it brings you this clarity. So I feel like you will eventually move on from them because I feel like they're a stepping stone for you towards more of a soul partner. But I feel like you need to experience them and clear and understand what is the message that they were trying to show you that you wanted to see from them about yourself. Once you do that, then I feel like you'll be able to move on really easily. But right now, I feel like if you moved on, you would just draw in someone almost exactly the same because you've wanted to learn this knowledge from them, this wisdom about yourself, and it's important for you to look at that. So that's what they have. Sorry, itchy, itchy, itchy ear. All right. So that's what they have, Kevin. Hang in there. All right. So many blessings. And we'll continue moving down the list here. So grateful to you. You're up next. How will your situation improve with your man? All right. Well, you got the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind. And the situation improves here because usually they're sleeping on the Ace of Swords and the three swords are on the wall. The fear of heartbreak, the fear of disappointment. How the situation improves with your man is when you are seeing things from a higher perspective. You're seeing from a place of unconditional love, enjoying gratitude, and you're looking at your fears. Why do I fear this? Why is this, belief there? Why is this bubbling up? Why do I have these triggers? Where are these fears of rejection, these fears of failure, these fears of losing, your man, losing conditional love? Why is all that there? And as you're seeing that, you're transforming those beliefs and seeing them for what they were, where they came from, usually something earlier in your life, this mistrust of men, it's like, oh, yep, I know where it comes from. It happened there, it happened there, it happened there. And you're transforming that into wisdom and knowledge, which allows you to see things. They're reminding me of was relationship number three. I think. Um, and that's when I went and had some therapy because they told me if you don't go deal with your trust issues, I'm not, I'm not, I don't deserve to have these accusations and the way you're treating me. Because I was like, why are there two glasses in the sink? Why are there two towels? Was someone over here? What's going on? I was a little jealous, little fart back then, and they were like, "If you don't go to counseling and deal with this, we're over." And so that was a great incentive to go, but you learned a lot and it transformed things is what I was what they were reminding me because I realized that my mistrust was not founded in them, it was founded in things that happened throughout my life all the way back to when I was 7 years old and younger. So I feel like this is the what helps improve your relationship is when you're realizing what of your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and fears are impacting your relationship. You can only work on you. And so this is what they're saying for you. All right. So that's what they have for you. Grateful for you. I'm grateful for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And let's see how we're doing time. We got about a little less than 30 minutes left. So I'm trying to get through here. We're doing one card readings right now since we had so many. So I just want to make sure we get through, get you guys some messages. I will be back tomorrow morning as well at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, too. All right. So, Goldie, your next glow up energy. Here you are. Look, you're literally glowing here. So your next glow up energy is the hermit energy, which is you stepping away, spending time connecting with spirit, your higher self, and they're guiding you on your path and they're showing you which way to go with all of this. And so I love this energy because you're getting a lot of clarity. You're taking time for you and even putting it on your calendar and making it a date with spirit so that you develop this relationship. I feel it's such an important piece of all this because 2024 is going to be a huge year for all of us, but I feel like it's especially going to be a busy year for you. And if you don't take this time, you'll get lost in the activities and you'll exhaust yourself because with this in the lantern is the star, which is like your North Star. Without that guiding you, you're just drifting all over the place, investing energy in a bunch of stuff that isn't totally in alignment with what your dream is. And so there's a lot of energy that's being donated away that doesn't bring you anything for your path. And I feel like that's an important thing for you. So that brings you your next glow up energy. And I like that for you, Goldie. So many blessings to you. I think I just had a donation come in. Let me just check over here. All right. So Rhonda, you'll be the next free reading here. Let me just mark that. And so Maud, thank you so much for your donation coming in here through the PayPal. And so Maud, you want to know why L is sad this week? Okay, sure, we can take a look here. God's daughter, it's in order, first come, first serve. If you want to have yours next, then a donation of any kind, I will. Otherwise, you're still a little ways down. So, and I would do more of who's next, and have a big long list and all that. But that would take away from actually doing readings. So that's the choice that I make. You're welcome. All right, Maud, let's take a look here. What's going on? Actually, I'm going to switch cards here and use these since I have others missing from this deck. So let's take a look. Why is L sad this week? Yep, I'm doing you right now, Maud. So perfect. Let's take a look here. Why is L sad this week? What do they want you to know about this sadness? All right. What's at the center here? Oh, okay. I see. What are over here? Wow, they got a lot going on. Well, at the core in the middle, because you got 3 cards, 1 card, 3 cards. In the middle, you've got the 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is nightmare, insomnia, fears of failure, fears of letting people down, fears of rejection. These things coming up for him here. And so I just feel like they kind of just are like torn because I feel like they're wanting to have I feel like there's things that they want to have happen fast that aren't, and then they have things that they weren't ready to change that are changing. So let me show you. Well, let's start with the stuff that's not happening fast enough, or that yeah, because they've got the the Knight of Swords here and the 8 of Wands. Sorry, I can see them here. Here we go. So you've got this is the stuff they want to move fast. They have this 8 of Wands, like boom, 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 and the Knight of Swords, which is one of the fastest moving knights out of them all. So there's like some changes that they want to have come in, some and I feel like with this, it almost feels like job related with the Knight of Swords and the 8 of Wands. They want these new opportunities. They want this clarity. They want things just to work out faster and get to positions faster and get things cleared out faster. But they've got the Temperance card, which is dear, it takes time. It's patience that comes forward here. So I feel like there's like the stuff at work that they're wanting this stuff. They feel like they need this promotion, they need this money. It just feels like they're like impatient with this, and maybe they got like news that they didn't get a promotion or that it's been delayed, or they thought they were doing a really good job and they got their annual review, and they're like, well, you did good, but these are the areas we want you to improve on. And you're like, really? I tried so hard, and this is the thing that came in here. Yeah, kind of like with that, it's value. They don't feel valued, and they thought, wow, I thought I'd be promoted by now. I thought that I'd have this and this, but I just feel like they kind of have a little disappointment in that, right? And then on this other side where and this is where there's some changes that have come here in their life. You got the Full card, which is an ending of an old cycle and the beginning of something that happened here. Ace of Swords and the Knight of Wands, fastest moving knight out of them all. And so this is like all of a sudden all this this thing is moving fast, which they didn't want to move fast, and change and have these restarts and reboots and things. But the other stuff is the stuff they wanted to move fast is moving slow. And so this is where their fears are coming in. But it is happening on purpose, for a purpose. And so I feel like Spirit is telling you, with this 9 of Swords, it's okay. Our heart cares for people, but the 9 of Swords comes on purpose, for a purpose, because when we reach the 10 of Swords, it's like we're just sick and tired of trying to live up to everyone else's expectations and the supposed tos and the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the must. It is exhausting. And the fears that we have around it are unfounded. And how we discover they're unfounded is when they're all come flying into our face and we're disappointed and we're like, you know what? Why am I afraid? What are my fears? And they are brought to us to see it, to set us free. And so it's an important time for them because when they get these ahas on the other side of the sadness and the disappointment, they don't feel caged. In fact, I feel like this is going to make them want to find a different job, find a different place to work, um, and but the whole thing is like if they don't deal with those things on the inside, wherever they go, they are. And so if they go to another job, they're going, they don't appreciate me here either. Well, it's because we're projecting that out onto everyone. And so we, from job to job to job, will go feeling unappreciated until we learn to appreciate ourselves on the inside. And this is what they're learning and what's coming up for them there. So that's what's coming in. That's why the sadsies, and it's okay. Our heart goes out to them, right? And you feel like, I wish there's something I could do, but you can't take their test or live and make it easier for them because this is important for them to experience. So just you can send them love from your heart. I have, if you take a look at my Take 10 with Zen, series, there's a video called Heartache, which is when our heart aches for someone because they're going through something and we feel like there's nothing we can do. Talks about how you can send love to them and how that helps them. Their higher self will take that energy for their journey. Um, but it helps relieve the our heart, this aching in our heart that feels like a garden hose that has the spigot on, but the nozzle's turned off and the garden hose feels tighter and tighter. It helps release the nozzle and send love energy. So if you want to check that out, it's on my main page at the very top. It's a series is Take 10 with Zen. I think it's around episode 10-ish or somewhere around there. You'll see it'll say heartache. All right. So that's what they have for you, Mod. Thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like they really are focused on job. Um, because I feel like, yeah, like relationship and stuff, just doesn't seem to be panning out for them. But I feel like they put a lot of importance in their job to define their worth. Because it's kind of like childhood, where they didn't have a whole lot of interaction with parents or a lot of support there. So they define themselves by their schoolwork because the teachers paid attention to them. And if they did something really extreme, well, then they got attention from parents, but it was all or nothing kind of perfectionist energy, if that makes sense. So, all right. So that's what they have there for you. All right. So I'm only going to be on for about 13 more minutes. Let me get back to it here. So, Rhonda, you want to know what's coming up for you this week? Oh, look at you. Feel like you're getting clarity on wishing upon a star here. Connecting with your higher self is really beautiful, but I feel like you're getting clarity around what your dream come true is. Feel like there's some great um, the more you connect with spirit, the more clarity you get on what is it that I want to do? Who do I want to be? And I did share in here in the chat somewhere some links to the Dharma and the dosha, which is about life purpose. So if you're kind of going, what do I want to do with my life? Those can help as well. I know we're reading the book in our praying mantis session, and it's amazing. So I would check that out too. This star energy is beautiful for you there. All right. All right, let me just take a look here and see where we're at here. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mod. So we're to Ray, I think. Let me see here. Ray. So will he hear you out in reconnecting? Let's take a look here and see what we got here. Well, you got the Two of Cups, so there is definitely a possibility here of the joining together. I mean, Two of Cups, boom. I feel like they will. Now, is that the highest for you? That's something else we can look into later. But they definitely feel if it's with that Two of Cups. They feel it's an important relationship, and I feel that they would hear you out with reconnecting. So there you go. Fast and easy, short and easy. All right. So let me take a look here. So we've already done those. We already did those. Did those. Okay, we did those. All right. So, and Jushri Dubey, a love reading. All right. Well, you got the judgment card. So they're telling you that what's important now is for you to connect higher with your higher self. This is your higher self drawing you into this unconditional love. And it's important with your love that you find this love on the inside first, because if you're looking for this love on the outside world, it's going to be disappointing over and over and over again. Well, we've been talking about how you can't love someone else more than to the extent you love yourself, nor receive love more than to the extent. So if you love yourself that much, there's not a big amount of flow we're able to give and receive to the outside world. So it's really important to develop our relationship with our higher self and this unconditional love. Then that expands and opens the pipeline that we can give and receive love to the humans too. It's a win win, win win, win win win. So Spirit is saying, in order for you to their advice around love is expand this inner love first, because it's going to fill you up. And then the outside love is going to, instead of feeling lacking, is going to feel like it's overflowing and abundant. So that is what they're focusing on right now for love for you. And Jushri is connect to your higher self, because otherwise, just going to end up with the same type of love we've had before. All right. All right. So that is what they have there for you. And we answered that one. All right. And Jean, you're very welcome. And Alphonse Foussière, hello, hello. All right. So your question is, is Lisa starting to have romantic feelings for you, to date you, or when she says that we're not good together, do I walk away? She always wants to do things with me, and she got us cooking class for Christmas present. Interesting, right? Mixed messages. So you have the Page of Swords, which is heightened information and clarity that is coming your way here. And I feel like there is this trying to see things from a higher perspective, cutting away the fears, transforming this energy here. And I feel like there is a change of thinking and a change of way of looking at things. There's this, they're starting to have a change in mindset and the way they approach things. But, you know, I feel like with all of this, it's like give it time and allow things to change, allow things, because I do feel like this is her walking from one way of thinking, making her way over here. While she's here, she's getting these bright ideas, she's getting things here. Um, and I feel like it's what's important for you is just to let her be and let her unfold the way she's going to unfold. You can't control it, right? Enjoy it for what it is, and I know that's hard. Enjoy it for what it is and enjoy doing things together. Try not to put expectations around it, because those are the fears that make people feel I feel if you try to grasp, she slips through your fingers. If you just open your arms and just let things unfold, and I like that for you. So that's what's coming through for you, Alphonse. So hang in there, enjoy the cooking class. Enjoy it, enjoy it. Try not to put the need for a title around things, if that makes sense. Okay. All right. All right. And then content, you are up next here. Let me just make sure. All right. Will you meet a romantic partner? All right. I feel like you will. You just need to make space for them. You have the Eight of Cups, which is walking away from emotions and relationships that no longer serve you, to make space. She's headed off to the Nine of Cups, which is emotional wish fulfillment. And so it is important to move from one, to clear away these, I'm investing all this energy and all this emotion and all these friendships and people and things, and you're not getting a whole lot back. It's like cleaning emotional house. Emotions that don't serve you anymore, transforming those relationships and friendships and whatever, where you're investing so much and getting so little back, evaluating, going, you know what? I'm the one that's keeping these three relationships alive. I'm going to back off. And if they drift away, you get all that energy back. But I feel like you need to create the emotional space for a romantic partner. And that means creating that space in your heart. And so that's what's needed first. So that's what's coming in for you there. Content. So many blessings to you. I feel like it is. Just got to make the room. It's like new furniture to be delivered. You gotta get rid of the old furniture first. All right. So many blessings to you. All right. So we've got, huh? Yeah, up next. I like it. I like it. Will you pass both of your driver's tests? Let's take a look here. Ooh, so mysterious. The moon, the moon. I feel like, that there's a lot of unknown here, but I feel like the phases of the moon are important. You've got a Capricorn new moon coming up. I would try to do it um on or after that date, which is January 11th. Wait, I just posted it earlier. It's actually in there. Yeah. January 11th, 2024. If you can wait and have it on or after that date, that Capricorn new moon has this the work and this beginnings and this birthing. And so I feel like the moon is there. I feel like you have it there. Um it's just that it's the moon energy is very important, and I feel like, that's an important day for you. So, hopefully, that's when you're taking the test there, after January 11th, which is next week. So, I like it for you, but it feels very, very positive there. Um, yeah. So just be aware of your emotions with all that too. The moon card is kind of like, if you go in fearing and have all this emotion, then you're anxious and you're not thinking and it's difficult. So if you go in focusing your energy on it's like a full moon. Okay, I understand more now. Especially in this card, they've got you can focus on the light energy or the dark energy, and whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. So if you have fear and anxiety when you go in, you're going to forget things, you're going to panic. It's like, don't do that. You focus on gratitude, joy, laughter, and know that you're ready and you're able to access your brilliant mind and be calm as you go in there, because the full moon, whatever energy you're focusing on, is what grows and expands. That's why they're like, if you can wait for the new moon, it's the perfect energy of birthing. But regardless of when you do it, pay attention to the emotions that you're focusing on, because like attracts like, right? So there we go. All right. So many blessings to you, huh? Yeah. All right. God's daughter, you are up next here. And want to know, why does your brother treat you so badly? He's nice to everyone except me. And I did answer a similar question earlier. So be sure, if you haven't checked that out, look at that, because it was talking about how he feels about himself here. Yeah. And here's the King of Wands, this fiery personality. I don't know, are they a fire sign? But we've got this energy here of they have this, I feel like they're a frying pan, and I feel like they heat up fast and they cool off fast, and they heat up fast and they cool off fast. But there's this mirroring that happens when they look at you. There's something that they see about themselves that just triggers, and that's why they fly off the handle and they have this type of thing that happens. And that's why we talked earlier, in the I think it was earlier session, that was, they're you're a mirror. You can't help, their actions are a reflection of what's going on inside of them. It has nothing to do with you. And a lot of times, what we see and how people are treating us is how we are treating ourselves. And they're a mirror for us, we're a mirror for them. And so you can ask yourself, this is a beautiful mirror that we have with other people. When I'm like, why do they treat me so badly? A wonderful turnaround that we can ask ourselves is, why do I treat myself so badly? And how is that true? And then when we look at that, we're like, oh, I see. One, I believe I deserve this, or, it's like, how do I do that? And so it's a good thing to look at with all that. But, it's the fire, it's them, it's what's going on there. And you're not around everyone. So when you're saying he only treats me badly, he never treats anyone else. Are you joined at the hip? Are you conjoined twins? If not, you don't know how he's treating other people out there, and you don't know how other people are perceiving how he's treating them either. Because if he's angry and he's not loving himself on the inside, it's going to be reflective on how he treats other people. And also, the spirit wants you to know that a lot of times the people feel they can express their pain and anger towards people that are safe too. So if they feel you wouldn't retaliate and that you would, out of anyone, you're more forgiving and more loving, sometimes they'll, dump on you instead because they know you can take it and you won't hold it against them like other people would too. So hopefully that resonates there, God's daughter. But definitely I would reflect on that and see how how do I treat myself badly? And so that's what's coming in there. All right. Yep, I sure did, Cynthia, a little while ago. All right. So, Mezzy BP, will your connection with Pisces move forward into a commitment? Ooh, Ace of Wands. Well, there is passion, there is movement here. I don't know about commitment, but there is going to be some passion movement. There is action coming here. So it is moving towards something. Commitment, Ace of Wands feels more passion than it is, these committing and those types of things. So I there that's all they're showing me for right now is the Ace of Wands with that type of energy. So you can always double check again later, but right now they're focused on passion and expressing the passion. I don't feel like they're into this, energy of committing yet. I feel like they're consuming, consuming, consuming. All right. And then Rain's Sweet Drop. Good evening. So your first time? Hey, well, welcome, welcome. And you wanted to say, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. You're very sweet. And let's see here. I think you asked a question down here. Yeah, and so you're asking, are there any messages that the person on your mind wants to tell you? Wow, you got the King of Cups, balancing of heart and mind. And I like this. This does say that, their higher self wants you to know that there is this, emotion, there's this energy that's in there. There is this you're on their mind and in their heart. They have this great balance. They're not a very fast mover when it comes to expressing their emotion though. So, I feel like there's, their higher self is busting them out going, yeah, 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 yeah. I do have feelings for you and you're on my mind, but I'm also not quick to act on my heart just because of things that happened in there. And so I'm kind of content and I don't want to ruin things between us. I don't want to ruin things in my life. I'm just kind of going with the flow. I kind of feel like they're just kind of I'm just going with it, type of energy that's coming in there. So that's what's coming in there right now, Rain Sweet Drop. And hopefully you can catch me when I'm not in the, headed out. I'm going to be leaving here in a like a minute or so. So sorry for the quickness of it, but hopefully we'll see you again and welcome. And thank you for your wonderful words. All right. And Mizrak Bayini wanted a general reading. Queen of Wands. This is really connect with spirit here. If you're wondering which way do I go? I need direction. This Queen of Wands is saying spirit is going, talk to us, talk to us. We want to guide you. We'll show you where your eye in the sky. If you want us to, where do we go? Which way? Which direction? They will show you clearly, very much here. So your general reading is spirit is saying you have a strong connection, develop your connection even stronger, and they're excited to guide you. What they don't mess with your free will. You have to ask of your own free will. Otherwise, they just kind of will give you repeating numbers and behind you so that you will be like, oh, that's right. You guys are there. Thank you. So I like that. All right. So many blessings to you. And sorry, and I'm getting toward the end here, and I'm not going to finish everyone. Definitely trying here. JJJ, what is your F's? What is FS doing these days? They're doing a lot of self reflection here with the Eight of Swords, realizing and going through a lot of mental clarity and clearing of things that made them, aware of whatever my, thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have maybe feel restricted and trapped in the past. So they're doing a lot of inner work and movement, which is good. And I feel like we answered this question before. So if you asked it before, I pulled more cards. So be sure to double check. When you had asked that other one, because I feel like they were going back to school or something, and this feels like that, or doing some sort of deep reflection. But this definitely shows that that's what's going on with them, and I feel like what they had said before is like they're doing stuff that you wouldn't even believe. Like, what? You're a chef? You know, I think is what I'm recalling, unless that was someone else. But I feel like that's the kind of energy that's coming in here. Definitely something different. So I like it. All right. So that is what they have there for you. And I'm so sorry, everybody. It's 8 o'clock here, and I'm need to jump in to go to my praying mantis session. The deck that I'm using is the Light Seers Tarot here. So for no self, no problem. And I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. So for those of you that I missed, I'm so sorry that I didn't get to everyone. Um, so but I will be back. And thank you guys for all the thumbs up you give the video. I really appreciate it. I have a ton of free content on my main page. So if I didn't get to you and you need an answer tonight, please jump over there. I have a ton of pick a cards. And if you follow your heart, spirit will guide it. In fact, in the description box of the video, there's even a list of the playlists of like personal, like relationship and career and money and different things like that as well. So thank you guys again. I hope you're having a great weekend. We'll see you when I see you next. Until then, remember every second of every day of your life, you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, much love. You hang in there. Enjoy the rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world. And we'll see you soon. You take care.